Now let's see how to create master cards, customers or suppliers. This plus icon is to create a new customer or supplier directly here. These two icons are for exporting our existing customer list. This red is to download the template, and then the green one is to upload the file. In the red template, we need to add the data and then upload it using the green button. This edit button helps us to see the existing records and modify if required. So let us see here. This is the customer name. Once the record is created, this cannot be edited back. The type, whether he's a customer or a supplier or he's both. His mobile number, the company's mobile number, the PAN number if he's an individual, or if the PAN number required if it is a company also, the company PAN number. Is the state. The state list is here. We have to select one of the states, and then the address. If that particular customer is GST registered, we need to check this box to enter the GST number. If not required, the email ID to communicate to him, that is sending invoices by email. This is required. And TDS, if there is a TDS deduction required, so we need to check this box and then enter the percentage. The GST type, whether he is a B2B customer or B2C customer. The default is a B2B customer. The state in automatically gets selected with the state. Now, regarding the delivery information, is bill to equal to ship to. That means the location where we are shipping the goods, either to or from, is same as the billing address. If yes, you can see some of the fields are grayed out. We cannot enter any information because both are same. This is the case we are now looking at when both are same. So we need to enter the delivery city, the delivery pin code, and then the delivery distance from our location to this particular pin code location. And if there is any mobile number of the person who is either sending or receiving this cargo, then we save it. These are all very much required for generating a proper e-way bill in case this is a sale. Now, products. In this menu, we have a separate the product button to add product, to add services, and this button is to update the sale price. That means for all the products, if we are making some changes to the sale price, instead of going to each and every individual product or service, we can change the sale price here all at a time. Now let us see how these products work. Remember, this is a GST registered sample company. So we will get all the products as per the GST uh, list with the HSN codes 8 digit and 4 digit, and the commodity name, charter name, schedule name, GST rate, and the actions. So this is basically here, this is what we're going to select it. to select. If we need something like that, we can go to, there are so many here. If you have this HSN number, you can type it and search it here. And then if you know the name of the commodity, you can type and search here. For example, I'll type sailboats. So you can see all the sail. It is like a elastic search. Or if you want to see like 6306, that's what is here. Okay, let us go back now. 6306. So it shows all the products that are with this 6306 HSN code. We need to select the appropriate one. For example, if we take this one, so you can see the GST rate is 0. There's no GST on this one. And then we can add whatever the name we want. Our product name may not be the same as this commodity name. It may be something closer to it. It is in this category, but textile material. Textile material. We can add a further description here if required. If we know for the fact that we have got a GST rate for this and it is not updated in the GST list yet, we can make the changes here. This is the product related account. Normally if it's a trading product, that is what we are selecting it here. We can select the stock account, stock in hand account. Unit of measure. This is the list of unit of measures that is provided by GST. We have to select only one of these things. That is a limitation. The reason is if we select something or if we write something else, the e-way bill will fail. The product category. This is for categorization of products that is totally internal. We can create as many number of product categories as required. It's like a tree structure, and we are going to see it a little later once we complete this. How to create this product categories and product code. Basically, this is the product code we are going to use internally and to communicate to our suppliers and customers. So based on different industry requirements and different the customs followed by the users, this is a free text field. If we select this as a consumable or income type, this whole set, the bottom set will disappear. So if it is a consumable product, we are not going to maintain any stocks for that. And if it is a income type, for example, like a bank charges or something like that, or service income, so we are not going to manage any of this cost per unit, sales per unit, and the batch location wise the batches information. It is something like that. I'll show it to you. This will disappear, otherwise it will come. So I enter cost price and I enter sale price. This sale price can be changed at any time. This cost price also can be changed anytime. Now, for example, for Cochin, now we are entering 10, and for Vizag we are entering 10, and we need to add batch information as well. So click on the plus icon and select Cochin and the batch name, some B222. This is the manufacturing date, this is the expiry date. This has its own significance in the stock reports for the expired stocks and all. And this this quantity, the end quantity, the totals have to match with the location stock. Otherwise, it will throw an error to correct. So now, so let us enter 11 here. It will show an error. So let us change this to 10. Product service created successfully. So you can see here. You can go back and check it. So this batch information, this opening stock information cannot be changed anymore. What if there is an error in creating this one, or we are not going to use this stock anymore? You can deactivate it here. So this product is not available for sales. So you can put it back if required. So this is product creation. Now let us go to product category. Product category, there may be many categories for this, but we have to have at least one category and one parent and child category. So this is a minimum required for the application to function. But if we want any new set of categories or further categories, we can always create the way we want it. Like uh, category 1, and there is no parent for that. We can think it the way we want it. We can create the way we want it. Now category 2, the parent category is category 1. Now category 3, now the parent category is category 2. Now let us save it. Now you get 3 lines. So now if you go back to products, create a product, go to product category, you will have this category 1, subcategory is category 2, another subcategory is subcategory is category 3. Like this, there's no limit on this. You can have any number of subcategories. This helps in identifying the final product. Unit of measure. Unit of measure, we cannot create it, but we can convert. That means this is used for bulk buying and loose selling. Now, let us say child is bottles. 10 bottles are there in one box. This indicates this particular one box got 10 bottles, and how it is to be used in the products. In the unit of measure, we have to select this as a box. Okay, let us see. Let us take an existing one and make some changes. Let us change this to box. Now, let us change this to bottles. You can see there are some of the fields we cannot make any changes. That is because there is a lot of dependency on reporting. Now, If you go to unit of measure transfer, you can see the purpose of it. This is unit of measure. What is the conversion we are using? 1 box to 10 bottles. Now it shows all the items that are with the box as product UOM. Yeah, we need to select location because the entire application is location driven. So it is asking you to select which batch, which product you want to convert. Now I have selected this fishing reels, one quantity, just one piece I want to transfer. That means break that into bottles. You can see 1 is to 10. Now this is also divided by 10. So this is how. Yeah, this is just a sample data. Normally it will be the same fishing reel. This is in a box. These are all loose. So if we want a unit of measure, we have to have same product created twice. One with bulk UOM and another with a loose UOM. So what happens is now the stock in this product reduces by one quantity. The stock in this second product increases by 10 quantity. Okay. You can see all the information. Chart of accounts. Most of the required accounts are already predefined. We can add any number of accounts. Mostly it's like a bank accounts and all. So if the account we are creating is a bank account, we have to select this one. Otherwise, it will not appear in the bank drop downs. Some amount of accounting knowledge is very much required for creating new accounts, primarily because they must understand what are these groups and subgroups. These are all as per the accounting standards. So if you do not know, you may ask your auditor for these details, or you can refer to any of your balance sheets, earlier balance sheets. There is a possibility a particular group, subgroup may not have any further subgroup. That's fine. If you take something like other current assets, you may not. So, so it all depends. Like for example, a trade receivables will have secured, consider good, like that. These are only these levels are maintained. This is as per the accounting standards that have been followed in India. And then locations. Locations, any number of locations can be added. This is all the information. Branch name, any number of characters can fit. Location code, only 3 letters are allowed. The GSTN number is the GSTN number used for this particular location, not for the company as a whole. And this address is the address of the location. And this city is the city where this address is located. We have to even though you mention it in the address, you have to mention the city separately. Again, this is for the sake of GST. State name, this already been pre-selected because we are just checking the existing record, and the pin code for this particular location. If it is a new record, If we change this location, state name, the state in automatically changes. This GSTN comes primarily from the company's GSTN number, that means a head office. If it is the same, keep it, otherwise change it. If a particular location is closed for businesses for whatever reason, and you might have moved to another location or moved to another city, you can deactivate this one and create a new one. Again, the same way, this is a download template. This is for uploading the actual records. You can, all the location information you can upload at the same time initially. And then asset category. If you are using fixed assets module, then these are all the asset categories, and these accounts have to be changed as per the practice of the company. The existing practice, you can look into your existing accounts or your balance sheet and create those accounts. Again, these accounts are not created, different accounts what you are going to use may not be the ones matching here. So you may have to create those accounts and tag it here like this. Once you create in the chart of accounts, they will be available here in the drop downs, and then you attach the right proper ones. You can also create a new category. That's all from masters.